Okay, it's time to talk about my last 3 blasters. In the last video, I uploaded the version 5.0 real bolt action. Because my version 3 and version 4 were not really good, so I had to continually upgrade my designs. In this video, I will share with you some hard points that I made while designing it. When I made the Generation 3 real bolt action blaster, I wanted to use the cylinders and the piston to compress the air and make the air pressure as the power of the bullet, just like the spring power airsoft gun. At the same time, I chose the 6mm soft BB bolts as the bullet. Sometimes the plan might be good, but it does not mean that the actual doing is smooth. The cylinder I even made 2 times. The first type I used a kind of split type, which means the barrel needed to connect with the cylinder, but because of the disadvantage of FDM type, the joint point between the cylinder and the nozzle and the cylinder was too weak, so that the muscle was broken. Then I tried to make a kind of all-in-one type, which means the barrel was fixed into the cylinder so that it could have enough strong structure for the sealing effect, and the very surprising point was that painting time was not very long. At first, I thought I could make a smaller size blaster, but because of my 2 cm diameter rubber band, I have to give it enough length to do the accelerated work, so the size of the blaster could not be very small. Finally, for the version 3.0 blaster, overall, it was not good enough, because I tried to use a smaller cylinder, and that means that it must have a sealing effect very well. So this time, my design was not very good. So in the future, if I still want to use a small cylinder design to make a 3D painted airsoft blaster, I will use an O-ring on the piston head to make its sealing effect better. If you remembered my old design of a 3D painted rubber band airsoft, the piston with no any O-ring, but it still would shoot out the soft BB bolts. Because the cylinder was far bigger and it could offer much air, even though it had some air pressure wastage, it still could offer enough air to blow out the BB bolts smoothly. Although this version didn't shoot the bullets successfully, the real bolt action system was not bad. So after deeper training, I think maybe I can design a real 3D painted airsoft gun one day. Okay, the version 4.0 and 5.0. Both were almost the same type. I gave up the cylinder and the piston design. Instead, I used the sunshot gun design. Compared with making the 3D painted airsoft, I had more experience in making the sunshot gun blaster. Before making the sunshot gun blaster, I usually used the brass nut and the screw as the connecting tool to put the parts together. But this time, I decided to design a 100% 3D painted blaster. In order to pursue this aim, I used the 3D painted screw to replace the metal screws. From version 4 to version 5, to be honest, there were not too many differences. The version 5 actually was also a simplified and improved version from the version 4, and I have uploaded the making video of version 5. If you are interested in the v4 and the v5 blaster, you can watch it. In addition, this time I still used the same bullet as my old sunshot blaster before what I made. It was a kind of 3D painted cylinder bullet with a 6.5mm diameter and 10mm long. Okay, this is this video. In the next blaster, version 6.0, I think I can give the blaster a removable magazine, or maybe some new parts. Hope you enjoyed this video. Have a good day. See you next time.